Welcome to the GPark build mode case study. Today, we're going to show you how to create a map where you can rescue little cats. Let's start by checking out the scene. We're inside a maze, and in the top right corner, you'll see the game rules along with a rescue progress bar. There are patrolling monsters in the maze, and the goal is to find 3 little cats to open the big door. Once we walk through the door, the level will be complete. First, let's create a new scene. Delete all the spawn points except for one, and remove the goal area for now. Next, search for a maze in the mod. Tap to add it to your module library, and then place it in the scene from the modules panel on the right. Now, move the spawn point right next to the door. Let's set up a simple narrative dialogue to give players some background info. Go to More Story Setup, then tap the gear icon in the bottom left corner to add a new story. Name it Background, and set the trigger to Map Background. Now, open the title box, type Background, and enter the dialogue text that you want players to see when they enter the map. You can write whatever fits. Tap Add Option and open the dialogue options. In Content, enter OK, and then select End and Jump to. Once the story is set up, we need to add a switch to trigger the event. Go to Mechanisms, Logic Mechanisms, and find the switch area. Disable the map background here, and set the event trigger to map background when the switch is turned on. Let's jump into demo and check it out. Walk a little forward, and the dialogue will pop up. Tap OK to close it. Now, let's return to build mode and place a little cat in the scene. Open the score component, then tap the settings icon in the top left to open the score rules. Now, whenever a player touches a little cat, it will disappear. Let's play test it again. Walk forward, tap the cat, and watch it disappear. Next up, we'll add a progress tracker. Go back to build mode, tap More Edit Interface, and drag a headline from the text section on the right. Change the text to Current Progress and center it. Then, from the Images Basic Shapes section, drag a circle with a border into the scene. Select the circle and duplicate it twice. After that, select all 3 circles and align them. These will be the icons that stay visible throughout the game. Next, find the checkmark icon on the right side and drag it into the scene. Tap on More Basic, disable the default display, and under the Event section, set the event that triggers the control to rescue 1 cat. Then, duplicate the checkmark twice and set the events for the 2 duplicates to rescue 2 cats and rescue 3 cats. After that, tap back and enter demo. You'll notice the check marks don't appear, and touching the cats doesn't show anything either. This is because we haven't set up the triggers for the Rescue 1 Cat, Rescue 2 Cats, and Rescue 3 Cats events. We've only set up the Rescue event. Now, we need to use a counter. Go to Mechanisms, Logic Mechanisms, and find the counter. Open the trap properties, and set both the maximum and minimum target values to 3. Set the count plus 1 event to count, then add events at the top. Set up the triggers for when the counter reaches 1, 2, and 3, and send the events Rescue 1 Cat, Rescue 2 Cats, and Rescue 3 Cats accordingly. Next, we need to place another switch area that overlaps with the cats. Disable repeated triggers and set the event that gets triggered when the switch is turned on to count. Then, use the multi-select option to group the switch and the cat together. Duplicate them twice, and enter demo again. Now, when you touch a cat, a check mark will appear, and after touching all 3 cats, all 3 check marks will show up. Next, select the maze in the door. You'll see that the mover has already been set up for you. All you need to do is change the trigger event to rescue 3 cats. If you're building the maze from scratch, you can set the door's movement time to 1 second and the speed in the Z direction to 80. Then go back to More Edit Interface and add a new title. Set the text to the door is open. Center the alignment and adjust the text color. Disable default display, tap event, and set the event that shows the control to rescue 3 cats. This way, once the player rescues all 3 cats, a text prompt will appear and the door will open. Let's enter demo again. After touching all 3 cats, the check marks will show, the text prompt will appear, and the door will open as expected. Finally, return to the editor and drag out the goal area. Place it behind the door and scatter the 3 cats in different locations. However, if we leave it like this, the maze might be a bit too simple. Let's add some difficulty. First, let's place a ghost object. Adjust its position and size, then place a destruction area and bind it to the ghost. Next, select the ghost. Tap on More Settings Physics and add Mover. In the bottom left corner, change the world space to local space. Then set the world axis to relative coordinates. Set the speed in the Y direction to 300. Enable repetition. And set the one-way time to 5 seconds. Now, preview the scene. Make sure the position is roughly where you want it, and you can adjust the speed in the Y direction a bit if needed. For the trigger motion event, leave it blank. This way, the mover will be triggered automatically when the game starts. Now, let's jump into demo. You'll see the NPC patrolling back and forth. If the player touches the ghost, the character will respawn. You can duplicate the ghost a few times. Feel free to place them wherever fits your scene. Finally, let's set up a poison zone. This will cause players to lose health over time while they're in the area, and they'll need to regularly eat medical packs to stay alive. Tap the settings in the top left corner, go to settings, and open the defeat rules. Set the respawn time to 1 second. Then go to mechanism function mechanism. Find the damage area and drag it into the scene. Adjust its size to fit. Tap more settings to open the mechanism properties. Set the damage per time to 1 second and the damage value to 1. This means that players will lose 1 health point per second while in the damage zone. When the health reaches 0, the player will die and respawn at the spawn point. You can adjust these settings as needed. Let's enter demo and check it out. Walk forward into the damage zone, and you'll see your character's health gradually decrease. In addition to the damage, we can place some health packs to let players heal. First, move the damage zone out of the way. Go to Mechanism Fight and find the medical kit. Enlarge it, then place it in a suitable spot. You can copy several health packs if you'd like. After adjusting, move the damage zone back and enter demo again. Walk into the damage zone to see your health decrease, and when you eat the health pack, your health will be restored. Finally, let's return to build mode to add some simple game rules. Tap more edit interface, and on the right side, select text. Drag the body text into the scene. You can write the game rules here, and you can modify them later. After editing the text, adjust the font size and background box size. Enter demo again, and you'll notice the text is blocked by the leaderboard. Go to Settings Rule Settings, and set Stats Display to None. Re-enter demo, and now the text won't be blocked. That's it, our scene is basically finished. Finally, let's add some special effects above the little cats' heads to help players find them. In the Effect Explosion section, find an effect that stands out. I'm choosing the Explosion Point effect. Adjust its size and position, and then copy it to place above each of the 3 cats. Enter demo again, and when you look up, you'll see the special effects above the cats' locations. This will make it easier for players to find the cats and complete the maze. And with that, our Rescue the Cats map is complete.